Dear students, we have done Cauchy's integral formula for higher derivatives. The formula is f power n of z naught is equal to n factorial by 2 pi I integral c f of z by z minus z naught whole power n plus 1 dz. So based on this formula, we'll try to solve some of the problems. Okay, example. Okay, we'll do one problem so that we can understand very clearly. Okay, integral c cos hz by z power 4 dz. Cos hz by z power 4 dz. Now this is what it is given. Okay, this is in the form of integral c f of z by z minus 0. In the place of a there is nothing, is a z minus 0 whole power 4 dz, where f of z is cos hz. Now this is the form which is given. So according to this form, we'll write the value. Now we'll try to find out the solution for this. Okay. So what is that now? Integral c. So therefore what we'll write is integral c cos hz by z power 4 dz is equal to, I may write this as 2 pi I by n factorial. I'll take this one to this side into n factorial means I may write this as, this I'll be write as 3 plus 1. So n is nothing but here is 3. So therefore 3 factorial into f power 3 of 0. In the place of z naught there is 0 is there. So this is 2 pi I by 3 factorial into f power 3 means cos h. This is nothing but an entire function. Cos z is nothing but an entire function. This is an entire function. So if you put 0 here, that is again cos 0 is nothing but 0. So therefore it will be, if you derivate that 0 also, it will be getting as 0 only. So the answer is nothing but 0. Now this is how we can make use of this one, is for one example. Then we'll go for another example and we'll try to solve the problem. The other example is in the form of like this. Okay, the other examples. So we'll write one problem. Compute integral c g of z dz, where c is nothing but z minus I is equal to t, is the anti-clockwise direction, and the first problem g of z is equal to 1 by z square plus 4. Second problem g of z is equal to 1 by z square plus 4 whole square. Okay, so this is the problem which is given. So 1 by z square plus 4 whole square can be done in the form of like this, but this will use Cauchy's integral formula. Okay, so what is that which is given? Solution. The first problem, g of z is equal to 1 by z square plus 4. Now this is the problem which is given. So first we will try to write the singular points. The singular points of g of z. Now how you will get singular points of g of z? By equating z square plus 4 to 0, you will get the singular points. So z square plus 4 is equal to 0. That implies z square is equal to minus 4. So z is equal to plus or minus 2i. Means z is nothing but equal to 2i and the minus 2i. The plus 2i and the minus 2i. But what is c? Z minus I equal to 2. So first z minus I is equal to 2, it is given. So first we'll take 2i, 2i if I substitute here. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to do that 2i and minus 2i which are in the region, that I'm trying to do. Okay, so therefore I'm substituting 2i in this. So this is 2i minus I is equal to 2i minus I is equal to, it is what 3 sorry 2i minus I, it is nothing but I mod I is nothing but less than 2, mod I is nothing but 1 is nothing but 2, means less than 2. I may write this as that is 1 which is less than 2. Okay, this is first one. The second one, mod z minus I is equal to 2. The second one means minus 2i. So this is minus 2i I is nothing but equal to, this is minus 3i. This is minus 3i. So what is that now? It is minus 3i. Means if you take this, if you take mod, it will be 3 which is greater than 2. Minus 3i which is nothing but 3 which is greater than 2. Now 1 is less than 2, 3 is greater than 2, means this 2i lies inside the circle or inside the curve C. Minus 2i lies outside the circle C. The circle whichever you have taken, that is minus 2i lies outside the circle C, but 2i lies inside the circle C. So only 2i is in the region itself only, but minus 2i is the outside the region. So what I'll take here now? Now what I'll do is I'll take in the form of like this, integral over C. I will write this as z plus 2i into z minus 2i dz. Okay, still I may write this one in the form of integral C. Now 2 minus 2i is not lying inside the circle C, so I'll take that one to the numerator, that is z plus 2i. Okay, that becomes f of z, and z minus 2i is nothing but our denominator. Okay, this is dz. Now according to Cauchy's integral formula, what the Cauchy's integral formula says? Cauchy's integral formula is nothing but integral C f of z by z minus z naught dz is equal to 2 pi I into f of z naught. That is the Cauchy's integral formula we have done. So therefore according to that is equal to, by using Cauchy's integral formula, 2 pi I f of z naught. So 2 pi I into f of z naught. What is f of z naught? In the place of z naught I am writing as 2i here, because z naught is 2i. F of z is this. This is f of z. This is f of z. So I may substitute that in the form of like this, 2 pi I into 2i. So 1 by 2i plus 2i. This is 2 pi I into 1 by 4i. Okay, I gets cancelled. 2 1s, 2 2s, you will be getting as pi by 2. So this is the way to do the problem. See, whichever is not lying inside the circle, that will take to the numerator, that becomes again a f of z, and you can follow the Cauchy's integral formula for this. Okay, now we'll try to find out the second one. Second one, g of z is equal to, it is given in the form of like this. Okay, that is second one. G of z is equal to 1 by z square plus 4 whole square, it is given. Already we have found that z square, the singular points of z square plus 4 is nothing but, z square plus 4 is equal to 0. That is nothing but z is equal to plus or minus 2i, we already found. And we have seen that only 2i lies inside the circle. 2i lies inside the circle minus 2i lies outside the circle. So what we'll do is we'll take in the form of like this, integral c. I may write this as z plus 2i whole square to the numerator, and the denominator I'll take it as z minus 2i whole square dz. Now this is nothing but it is f of z, and this is z minus z naught whole square, means this also can be written as integral c 1 by z plus 2i whole square by z minus 2i whole power 1 plus 1 dz, means n is nothing but equal to 1. So according to this formula, now we are using the formula. So according to the formula, I may write this as 2 pi I by n factorial. N factor is nothing but 1. So 1 factorial. F dash means f power n. N means nothing but 1. So f dash that is 2i. So therefore I'll take it as 2 pi I into, this is f dash of this. So f of z is nothing but 1 by z plus 2i square. So f dash of z is, you can take it as minus 2 by z plus 2i whole cube. This is what we are going to have here. Minus 2 by z plus 2i whole cube you are going to get. So same thing I'll write here. This is minus 2 by z plus 2i whole cube. Z is nothing but 2i. So I may write as 2i plus 2i whole cube. So therefore what we will get is 2 pi I into minus 2 by, this is 4i whole cube, means you will be getting as minus I into 64. So minus and minus gets cancelled, I gets cancelled, and this 2 4 16s are. So you will be getting as pi by 16 is the answer for this. So this is the way to apply the Cauchy's integral formula for the derivative. Okay, now we'll go for the another important problem. Okay, another important problem we'll try to find out. The next problem by using this. Okay, yes. Now next problem. The problem is this one. Suppose the circle C is given as, a curve C is given as mod z is equal to 3 in the positive sense, let g of z be given by, let g of z be given by g of z is equal to integral over c 2s square minus s minus 2 by s minus z ds, mod z is nothing but not equal to 3. Then prove that g of 2 is equal to 8 pi I. What if g of z, means what if mod z is greater than 3? What's the value when mod z is greater than 3? Okay, the solution now. The first solution, the first one. Now we have to find out two. One is g of 2 is equal to 8 pi I. The other one is mod z is greater than 3. What is the value? So g of 2 means you should get 8 pi I. So if 2 lies inside C, if 2 lies inside C, what's the value of that integral? Okay, so what is that now? F of I may write as f of s. F of s is equal to 2s square minus s minus 2. This is f of s. Now g of 2 is equal to integral over c, means g of z. G of z is integral over c 2s square minus s minus 2 by s minus 2. s minus 2 ds. Here this is z naught. So z naught means here the z naught will be. Now this is, now we are going to use Cauchy's integral formula for this. Now this is in the form of integral of c f of s s minus z naught ds. Now this is the formula which is given. In the place of z naught there is a 2. Now what is the Cauchy's integral formula is? So before that we'll write this, where this is nothing but f of s. So f of s I may write as f of z. F of z is equal to, you may take it as 2s square minus or I can take f of s 2s square minus s minus 2 is analytic. This is analytic inside and on C. This is analytic inside on C, and z naught is equal to 2 lies inside the C. Z naught is equal to which lies inside the C. This is inside the region of because mod z is nothing but 3. So mod z is nothing but 3 means this is 3 minus 3 and the 3, total 3, this x axis and the y axis. So 2 somewhere here it will be, which is inside the region. So therefore mod z is equal to lies inside the C. So therefore what is going to happen here is g of 2 is equal to, now I am using the Cauchy's integral formula, that is 2 pi I. So 2 pi I into I can write this as some f of 2 means f of z naught, no, so I may write as f of 2 because z naught is nothing but 2. Okay, this is nothing but 2 pi I into 2 if you substitute here. This is f of 2 value is, that is 4. This is 2 square is 4 into 2 8 minus 2 means again you will get as 4. So you will be getting as 4 this f of 2 value. If you substitute 2 in this wherever s is there, you will get 4. This is 8 pi I. Now g of 2 you got as 8 pi I. Now what we have to prove? 8 pi I. You got 8 pi I answer. Now we have to find out if mod z is greater than 2, what is the value of that? Okay, suppose the second one, suppose mod z is greater than 3. Mod z value means it's not 2, it's greater than 3. So but then 2s square minus s minus 3 by s minus z is analytic inside on C. Okay, this is anyhow analytic inside on C. So whenever this is analytic inside on C, by Cauchy's Gauss-Seidel theorem, by Cauchy's Gauss-Seidel theorem, we may get that integral C. Otherwise, I will write g of z is equal to integral C 2s square minus s minus z by s minus z dz is nothing but equal to 0, since mod z is nothing but greater than 3. Means the point whichever it is there, let us suppose for example this is 3, this is 3, this is 3 and this is minus 3, minus 3 and 3. The point is outside of the region. Whenever the point is outside of the region, for that point according to Cauchy-Gauss-Seidel theorem, that is nothing but equal to 0. So therefore mod z is greater than 0 is nothing but is equal to 0. So this is the way of doing the problem for mod z greater than 3. Now next problem we'll try to solve by using the Cauchy's integral formula. Same manner. Suppose C is any simple closed contour, described in the positive sense, let g of z is equal to integral C s cube plus 2s by s minus z whole cube ds. Then we need to prove that g of z is nothing but equal to 6 pi I z for all z inside C, and g of z equal to 0 for all z lies outside C. The same thing what we have done for the previous problem. Solution. First, for all z lies inside C. Okay, let z lies inside the C. Z lies inside the C. Now what is given here? Given f of s is equal to s cube plus 2s. It is given in the form of like this. So therefore, g of z is equal to integral c s cube plus 2s by s minus z whole cube ds. So according to Cauchy's integral formula, because z lies inside, Cauchy's integral formula, that is 2 pi I into f of z. Okay, so the 2 pi I into f of z. So this 2 pi I into, you should understand here, I may write this in the form of, this is cube. So I may write this is 2 plus 1. So Cauchy's integral formula for derivative I should use. So therefore I can write as 2 pi I by, this is 2 means 2 factorial into f power n means 2 of z. This is z. Means I need to do the derivative twice. So therefore I may get as 2 will get cancelled. This is pi I into f square of z, means I should do double integration for this. So this implies I may write f dash of s is nothing but equal to 3s square plus 2. That implies f double dash means I may write 2, f square 2 means f power n means double dash. So I may get as 2 3s are. So this is, you will be getting as 6s. So you will get as 6s. So you will be getting as here 6z you will get, because you are using z. So therefore you will be getting as 6 pi I z. Now this is what we got, because z lies inside C. Now z lies outside. Now let us take another example, another problem, that is z lies outside. So this is given as z lies outside. Now outside. Now you can understand this is f of s given, and you can see s cube plus 2s by s minus z whole power 2a plus 1 is analytic inside C. So therefore what is the value? So therefore integral of C s cube plus 2s by s minus z whole power 2 plus 1 or 3 ds is nothing but equal to 0 according to Cauchy's Gauss-Seidel theorem. According to Cauchy-Gauss-Seidel theorem, this will be 0 because this point lies outside the region. So this is how you can do the problem. This is another way of doing the problem by using Cauchy's integral formula. Now we will try to prove another important problem with the help of, this will give for 4 marks as well as 8 marks sometimes. Suppose C is the unit circle z is equal to e power it, where theta belongs to minus pi to pi. Theta belongs to minus pi to pi. Then prove that integral C e power az by z dz is equal to 2 pi I, where a belongs to the R, and hence deduce the integral 0 to pi e power a cos theta cos a sin theta d theta is equal to pi. Now this we need to prove. Okay, this is the problem we need to prove. So we have to prove that this is the result. So first we'll try to prove that it is 2 pi I. Then later on we'll by taking this we'll try to prove this problem. Okay. Now the solution. So let I is equal to, I am just taking I is equal to integral c e power az by z dz. I am taking this first. I is equal to e power az by z. Now this is what we have taken. So here f of z is equal to e power az, which is analytic inside C. E power az, which is analytic inside C. So according to and z naught is what? And z naught is nothing but 0. So by using Cauchy's integral formula we can write this one in the form of like this. Okay. So by the Cauchy's integral formula, we have, so you know already Cauchy's integral formula, integral c f of z by z minus z naught dz is equal to 2 pi I into f of z naught. This is Cauchy's integral formula. So by using that Cauchy's integral formula, we'll try to find the value of this. That is integral c e power az by z dz is equal to 2 pi I into f of z naught. F of z naught. F of z is this. F of z naught. Here z naught I will write as 0 here, because z naught is 0, nothing is given. So this is 2 pi I into e power 0. Wherever z is there, I write 0. So you will be getting as 2 pi I. So therefore what we got? Integral c e power az by z dz is nothing but equal to 2 pi I. Now the first result we got. Okay, so that is finished. Now we shall compute the second result. Now by using we need to get this, no? So we shall compute the second result. So we shall compute I by using the definition of a contour integrals. So by using definition of contour integrals, we'll try to find out this. Okay. So therefore c, first we'll write c, z is equal to z of theta, that is nothing but equal to, so e power I theta. So e power I theta, where theta belongs to minus pi to pi. Now this is what it is given. So f of z of t, f of z of theta is equal to, what is f of z of t? E power a z of t. So e power a z of theta, that is equal to e power a z of theta is e power theta, e power I theta. This is what we have. Okay. So from here z dash of t also we should find out, no? So z of theta is nothing but equal to e power I theta, and z dash of theta is nothing but equal to I into e power I theta. This is what we got. So we'll try to find out now. Integral over c f of z dz is equal to integral c f of z of theta z dash of theta d theta. This is the formula which we have already for contour integrals. Now integral over c f of z of theta e power a e power I theta. So e power a e power I theta, because z is nothing but e power I theta. Z dash of theta I into e power I theta. So this is f of z of theta. This is nothing but by z also it is. By z also means you will be getting as e power I theta here. This is also e power I theta. So f of z is nothing but this entire thing. Okay. So therefore this is also e power I theta. You should understand that f of z of theta is e power a z by z. E power a z of theta. Okay, that is total z. So z of theta value is e power I theta. So this is nothing but z. This everything is nothing but f of z of theta. So same thing, f of z of theta is e power a e power I theta by e power I theta I into e power I theta d theta. So this e power I theta cancel. So you got I into e power a I theta. So that I'll write in the form of like this. Okay, so the remaining thing is what you got here is that implies integral minus pi to pi, theta is minus pi to pi, so integral e power a e power I theta into I d theta. So that implies I'll take it out minus pi to pi. Okay, e power a into cos theta plus I sin theta d theta. So I am writing as e power I theta as cos theta plus I sin theta. So that implies I into minus pi to pi. This is e power a cos theta into e power I into e power a I sin theta d theta. Just I have made it into two parts. So this is I into minus pi to pi e power a cos theta. This is again e power I theta form, means cos a sin theta plus I into sin a sin theta and d theta, because this is e power I theta form. I in the place of theta, a sin theta is there, like this we have. Okay, then therefore what we'll get now here, this one, that implies I minus pi to pi e power a cos theta into cos a sin theta, multiplying e power a cos theta inside, then plus this I is nothing but kept out, plus I into e power a cos theta into sin a sin theta under d theta. I you multiply now. So if I multiply I into I is minus, I into I is nothing but I square, that will become minus. So minus pi to pi e power a cos theta sin a sin theta. This is the first time I am writing like this here, into d theta. Then I plus I into integral minus pi to pi e power a cos theta cos a sin theta d theta. Just I have made into two parts like this. Yeah, this is a real part, this is an imaginary part. But what we know already, we know that integral c e power az by z dz is equal to 2 pi I. This is what we have. Now we will equate this 2 pi I to this. Okay, that already we have already found this. So what I'll do is I'll equate that one. I'll equate in the form of like this: minus integral minus pi to pi e power a cos theta sin a sin theta plus I into integral minus pi to pi e power a cos theta cos a sin theta d theta is equal to 2 pi I. I am just equated the first one to this. So I am equating real and imaginary part. So if you equate real and imaginary part, how it will be? Now equate real part. Now this is the real part. There is no real part, that is 0. So I may get as integral minus pi to pi e power a cos theta sin a sin theta is equal to 0. This is the real part. Minus will go that side, and This is real part. This is real part we got. The imaginary part is minus pi to pi e power a cos theta cos a sin theta d theta is equal to 2 pi I got. Okay, this is 2 pi. Now this is minus pi to pi, this is an even. Now you will make it an even function. So I may get that this as 2 0 to pi e power a cos theta cos a sin theta d theta is equal to 2 pi. So this is nothing but integral 0 to pi e power a cos theta cos a sin theta d theta is equal to, you will be getting as some pi. So pi 2 will be go this side, you will be get 2 will gets cancelled, you will get like this pi. So this is what we got from here, and this is real part is anyhow 0. You got 2. One is real part, the from the imaginary part you got. So this is minus pi to pi. Minus pi to pi can be nice because of even function you can write 2 into 0 to pi. Now this is how we can do the problem in this way. Now this is another important problem. It gives for 4 marks and the 8 marks they will be given in the exam. Now we'll go for another important problem, important theorem, that is nothing but called Cauchy's estimate. This is another important theorem, Cauchy's estimate, by using the Cauchy's integral formula for the derivative. Another important theorem. Suppose the theorem states like this: suppose f of z is analytic, inside and on a simple closed contour, inside on a simple closed contour C given by C such that mod z minus z naught is equal to R, where z naught is a point interior to C. Z naught is a point which is interior to C, and let m greater than or equal to 0 such that mod f of z is less than or equal to m. That's the value for all z belongs to C. Then we have in the form of like this: then mod f power n z naught is less than or equal to mn factorial by r power n. Now this is called as a Cauchy's estimate. So what we are going to do? We'll take a circle, the circle which is nothing but this is z naught and this is z, and this is nothing but r. Z minus z naught is nothing but r, and the mod f of z is nothing but bounded by m, and we need to find out the value as like this. So proof by using the Cauchy's Cauchy's integral formula for derivatives we have is f power n of z naught is equal to n factorial. We have the formula as n factorial by 2 pi I integral over C f of z by z minus z naught whole power n plus 1 dz. Now this is the Cauchy's integral formula for higher derivative, as you know. Now taking mod on both sides, if you take mod on both sides, what is going to happen? This is less than or equal to, so mod n factorial you will be getting as n by 2 pi I integral C mod f of z by mod z minus z naught whole power n plus 1 mod dz you will get. Okay, this is less than or equal to n by 2 pi I into integral C F of z is nothing but having a maximum value, that is nothing but n, which is less than or equal to n. So I may take this as m by z minus z naught. Z minus z naught is nothing but r. You may write as r power n plus 1 and mod dz. Okay, mod dz you got. So therefore what we can write here is, that is less than or equal to n by 2 pi I will not get, it is only 2 pi, I will not get, into you will be getting as m by r power n plus 1 into integral over c mod dz, that is less than or equal to n by 2 pi into m by r power n plus 1 into, this is the length of the curve which we have already done. Length of the curve is a circle. Circle is nothing but, length of the curve is 2 pi r. The circumference of a circle, that is with radius r. So 2 pi r. So this 2 pi gets cancelled. So this r and 1 r will get cancelled. So you will be getting as n, I may write as m n. I may write this as n factorial. If you write n factorial also, nothing will happen. This is nothing but a value, a scalar multiple. So n factorial by r power n. So therefore f power n of z naught is less than or equal to mn factorial by r power n. Now what are the things we have done? It's very simple. By taking Cauchy's integral formula for the derivatives and by taking the mod on both sides, we have already know that z minus z dot is nothing but is equal to r, that we have taken, that is r for n plus 1. This is nothing but bounded less than or equal to m and mod dz. Now this is how we can find out the Cauchy's estimate. Now we'll try to prove another important theorem, Lively-Wallace theorem. We'll try to prove the Lively-Wallace theorem, another important theorem based on the Cauchy's estimate itself only, that is called Lively-Wallace theorem, which is very easy, and also it's very important for the in the exam. Okay, so Lively-Wallace theorem, L-I-O-U, Lively-Wallace theorem. This is another important theorem. They may give for 4 marks as well as for the not 4 marks, 8 marks and the 12 marks. Okay. Now this is another important. A function f of z, which is a function f of z which is analytic in the entire finite complex plane and is bounded is a constant function, and is bounded is a constant function. Now that is what we have. So what is given here is f of z which is analytic in the entire finite complex plane and is bounded is a constant function. So if a function is bounded in a region, it may be reduced to a constant function, that we need to prove. So let us take this as, again the point here is nothing but z naught and the z, this is nothing but r. Okay, so what is going to happen now here? So the proof what I'll do is, we'll take all such values. Let mod f of z is less than or equal to m, and c such that z minus z naught is nothing but equal to r. Now this is mod f of z is less than or equal to m, c is nothing but z minus z naught is equal to r. Now we'll use the Cauchy's integral formula for the derivative. So by Cauchy's integral formula for derivative. So what is that now? I may write as f power n of z naught is equal to n factorial by 2 pi I into integral of c f of z by z minus z naught whole power n dz whole power n plus 1 dz. This is Cauchy's integral formula. Put n equal to 1. I'll take n equal to 1 here. So I will take it as f power n z naught. Z naught is equal to n equal to 1. This is 1 factorial by 2 pi I integral c f of z by z minus z naught whole square. Then this is dz. So taking mod on both sides. If you take mod on both sides like this, so this is mod f power n f power 1 z naught is less than or equal to 1 by 2 pi integral c. This is mod f of z by mod z minus z naught whole square mod dz. Okay, taking modulus on both sides, you got the same thing like this. Then after this we'll try to substitute all the values. Mod f of z is nothing but less than or equal to m, and z minus z naught is nothing but r. So we'll substitute those all values. So which is less than or equal to 1 by 2 pi, 1 by 2 pi, and I may write this as m. I'll write outside, and this is r square into integral over c mod dz. Now this is the value which I got. Now this is less than or equal to 1 by 2 pi. This is m by r square into 2 pi r. Okay, 2 pi gets cancelled. R gets cancelled. We get m by r. I got m by r. 2 pi gets cancelled. This is f dash of z naught. Okay, so letting r tends to 0. R tends to 0. If you take limit r tends to 0 on both sides, you will be getting as mod f of z naught is nothing but equal to 0. Equal to 0. That implies f dash of z naught is nothing but equal to 0. So f dash of z naught is equal to 0 means f of z is nothing but equal to some constant function. What you got is some constant function. So whenever f of z is nothing but analytic in the entire complex plane, finite complex, it is bounded and it is bounded, it is reduced to a constant function. So you got as f of z is not is equal to, you got as a constant function. This is how we can do the Lovely-Wallace theorem. So if you know the Cauchy's estimate, then you can directly get the value from that Cauchy's estimate for n equal to 1 if you take, and letting r tends to 0, then you'll be getting as Lovely-Wallace theorem. You'll be reducing that one into a constant function. This is how we can do the proof of Lovely-Wallace theorem. So based on this Lovely-Wallace theorem and the Cauchy's estimate, we have several problems, but we'll do one small problem regarding this Cauchy's Lovely-Wallace theorem. Now what is that? Now first one we'll do. Prove that sin z cos z are unbounded. Sin z cos z are unbounded. Solution. Let f of z is equal to sin z. Okay, sin z. And you can say that f of z is an entire function. F of z is an entire function. Whenever a function is analytic in the entire complex plane, then that can be taken as an entire function. It should be analytic. A derivative should exist in the entire complex plane. So it's nothing but an analytic. So f of z is an entire function. Suppose if possible, what we can do is f of z is nothing but bounded. It is bounded. Say mod f of z is nothing but less than or equal to m. It is bounded. Mod less than or equal to m or less than m, strictly less than m. So by using Lovely-Wallace theorem, what the Lovely-Wallace theorem says that f of z must be f of z must be a constant function. According to that, every bounded function can be reduced to a constant function. It is nothing but reduced to be a constant function. But this is a contradiction. This is a contradiction that as sin z is not a constant function. So because since sin z is not a constant function, we may not achieve this. So therefore we can say that sin z is unbounded. So if it is an entire function, you should understand that it should be bounded by some value m, and by Laplace theorem it should be reduced to a constant function. But this is impossible for the sin z, because sin z is not a constant function. Sin z is unbounded. So similarly, cos z is also unbounded. Similarly, we can say that cos z is also unbounded. So like that we can do. Okay, we'll try to do one more problem regarding this entire function. What is given here, that we'll see. Okay, suppose f of z is equal to u plus iv is an entire function. If u is less than or equal to v, then prove that f of z is a constant function. Now we have to prove that f of z is a constant function. So solution. So we'll write that, you should understand e power z is also an entire function. So we'll take it in the form like this. Now capital F of z is equal to e power f of z. I may write as e power u plus iv, because f of z is nothing but u plus iv. So this is how we got. Okay, I may take this as, let us take this as square. So this becomes again square. So you will be getting as e power u square minus u square plus 2iuv, like this. Or you can write this as e power 2u square minus v square into e power 2iuv. Okay, this is how you got. So now mod f of z, I should find out mod f of z. So I may take mod e power u square minus v square into e power 2iuv. Okay, I may get e power u square minus v square, because u square minus v square, because this is anyhow 1. Okay, so this is nothing but u square minus v square. Okay, what we'll do is, we'll try to find out what is u square minus v square. So u square is less than or equal to v square, or u square minus v square is less than or equal to 0. So I may write that e power u square minus v square is less than or equal to e power 0. If I take u square is less than or equal to v square, u square minus v square is nothing but less than or equal to 0. And if I take it of the exponential function, this you will get. So therefore I make it as u square minus v square is less than or equal to some 1. It may be less than or equal to 1. So I may take it as mod f of z. Mod f of z is nothing but what we got, u square minus v square is less than 1. So I may take it this as m. So what is that now? Mod f of z is less than or equal to m I got. That is nothing but 1. So f of z is nothing but bounded. F of z is bounded. F of z is bounded entire function. I got f of z as bounded entire function. This f of z is bounded entire function. Because of m I got the value of 1. So therefore f of z is bounded entire function. So what I can write? I may write that f of z is nothing but a constant function. F of z is a constant function, because it is bounded. I can achieve this as a constant function. Therefore, if f of z is a constant function, I may take it as small f of z is also a constant function is also a constant function. Usually, whenever we have taken f of z is equal to u plus iv, it may reach to the constant function. Already we have done in the previous chapters also. The unit number 1 we have done. So, but we have taken in the form of like this by using the Lagrange's theorem. Okay, f of z is nothing but less than or equal to m. F of z is nothing but a bounded and function. F of z is a constant function. Therefore, if this f of z is a constant function, then small f is also a constant function. This is how we can do the problem of this type. Okay, so many other problems are there by using this concept of bounded function. So like this we can do many other problems. We'll see the other problems in the next video. I hope that you understood about this all concept. What we have done is, one is Cauchy's Leverage theorem, one is Cauchy's estimate, the other one is nothing but Cauchy's integral formula for higher derivatives and Cauchy's integral formula. These two formulas we have, by using these two formulas we have done some problems in this video. Thank you.